Hey there, welcome to My Green Pets. I am William Green, and I'm going to show you what's going on in my orchid and other plant collection today, August 11th, 2024. Let's start off with Cycnoches Fire Embers. Move this guy to the front so we can watch the spikes grow out. And we're starting to be able to see just about how many flowers we're going to get on this guy. These were huge last year and really interesting turmeric yellow color. So looking forward to 2 spikes of those. Super excited to see those. And the Denver Orchid Society is having its fall show the weekend of September 14th and 15th. I'm thinking this plant may be in bloom. So we'll see. Another Cycnoches, really exciting. This is Cycnoches cooperi. Cooperi has got at least 20 flowers on it. Kind of hard. It's really hard to count them, actually. Yeah. But, yeah. Camera doesn't like to focus on things because it's so dark down here, but we can really see them stretching out. And those are just a wonderful copper. I call this my copper clone because the flowers are just brilliant metallic copper color. Right above that, we can see how Bulbo echinolabium in bloom on both spikes. And those are looking lovely. Hello, Hal. Say hello. 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 I have tried to pollinate Hal so many times using his own pollen. I also got pollen from another bulbophyllum grower who sent me some echinolabium pollen. Couldn't get it to take. I don't know what the secret is. All right, back here we've got Cattleya rex. I believe this is Unu. In this big pot we've got Nina and Unu, 2 plants that were potted together a long time ago and now are pretty much indistinguishable from one another, but this one is in full bloom still. Really, really pretty colors. Lovely to see Cattleya rex looking so nice. Wonderful. Masdevallia Machu Picchu. When I was gone, I had the watering system coming on for 3 minutes a day every morning, and when I came back, a couple of leaves looked like this. One of them already dropped off, but this one will probably be coming off soon. So I don't know if it's a temperature issue or if it's just having the water sitting on the leaves all day. I don't know. But since I've been home and been watering on my own, I do see some little black spots here and there, but looks okay. Looks okay, and temperatures have finally started to fall here in Colorado. I mean, we're basically pushing into autumn now because we could get our first frosts and our first snow, 4 weeks from now. It would be early, but it's possible. Machu Picchu's got a new spike, and the flower is just not pushing out, so we'll get to enjoy at least one more of those. It's pushed out several new growths, but they are small, so definitely not going to be big enough to bloom, I don't think. So we'll see. I've got it in sphagnum, and there's lots of holes in the very bottom of the pot so that it'll drain, but it does stay quite wet. So we'll see if it likes that. Give it a year in these conditions before I think about changing them up. Maybe a looser mix would be a good thing, but anyway, we'll see. We got a new spike, Cattleya. No, it's not Cattleya at all. Cycnoches cooperi. This is my bronze clone, and it has got a spike that it is pushing. I've only had this plant for. This is my 2nd year with it, or my 3rd year with it, but it's only bloomed twice for me. So Looking forward to seeing what it's able to put out. It put out a pretty tall bulb this year, honestly. But it's not super fat, so we'll see how many blooms we get off of it. Now that's exciting. Lots of growth over here in Cattleya land. Cattleya maxima is back with a nice big new growth. You can see it right here, and a sheath. So we may get to see this bloom this fall. Typically normally it would be blooming right about now, this time of year. It's a little bit late, but I really divided this thing up into just tiny pieces compared to what it was last year. So it's really nice to see the new growth coming out nice and big, and maybe a spike will give us a bloom or two on it. Got a couple new plants last week. I got a Pinguicula morinensis, which is doing a great job. It didn't have any gnats on it when I got it. It's managed to catch quite a few. That's exciting. Really beautiful little guy there. And I also got a Pinguicula cyclosecta, and it's also managed to catch quite a few in just the week that I've had it. And this one's well known for having almost a purplish blue leaves if it gets enough light, which it may not in my tent here. But I got those as an exchange. I sent someone local who's interested in learning how to flask. Well, he knows how to do it. I sent him some of my Cattleya rex seed, and so he gave me a couple of Pinguicula. I asked for those. He showed me his collection. I said, oh, I'll take those. So it's great. Nepenthes Edwardsiana by Raja. Starting to put out recognizable little pictures with little teeth on them. And they're getting bigger with each leaf. That's exciting. The problem with a plant like this is that once it really starts growing quickly, it's going to get big fast, you know. So I won't be able to hold on to it really once it really starts going. Probably a couple more years and it will be too big for me to have in my tent. So, oh well, enjoy it while it lasts. Raja by Velosa. These plants are about 10 months from seed. Planted them on October the 1st of last year, 2023. And they are just doing wonderfully. Each picture bigger and bigger. So these are way faster than orchids. And easier too. Don't tell the Nepenthes growers I said that. They're not nearly as difficult. Nepenthes pervilei from the Seychelles Islands. Slowly but surely with this little guy. Let's jump over to the window and see what's going on over there, and that will be this week's update. All right, so my Clivia's kind of finishing up on this bunch of blooms, but it's got another bunch coming over here. So that'll be nice to see. And then my Phalaenopsis, which I suspect is Sogo Yukidian, but hard to know for sure. Almost all 12 flowers are bloomed out, and it really looks nice. And then this is a Phalaenopsis surf song that I cut the top of the plant off and gave the top to someone, and then I kept the bottom part, and it's brought it to basil growths there that are slowly but surely getting bigger. That's the windowsill in an update. So I'm setting up my classroom this week, and classes will start for students on Wednesday. We have our 6th graders come in on Wednesday, and then 7th and 8th graders come on Thursday and Friday. And this year I switched my classroom around, and one of the science teachers gave me a big aquarium. It's like 3 feet across and a foot deep and like 2.5 feet tall. So it's quite large, and I'm thinking that I'm going to use it as like a display case. So I love to bring in my plants for the kids to see, but you know, they don't really understand that if you touch something or grab it, you could break it or destroy it, whatever. They kind of they destroy everything basically. So if I keep it in the display case, I'm hoping that if I, you know, I need to get a top for it, but if I keep it in the aquarium, they'll be able to see it in the classroom, and of course I can take it out and let them look at it more closely, but if my eyes aren't exactly on them, it will be a first line of defense for keeping my orchids from being destroyed by middle school students. So anyway, one of the counselors told me something last year that was really, really impactful. She said that, you know, bringing your plants in, it's not just sharing, you know, a passion or a hobby that you have, but you're also bringing in something real. And the kids' lives these days are so full of stuff that's on a screen that something that's actually real really makes a big difference. And yeah, I think it's true. So I have to, it's extra work, you know, in the mornings, like something this delicate, I can't just like throw it in the car. You know what I mean? I have to like prepare my little orchid seat belt for it and put it in there so it won't fall over while I'm driving to school. And then I have to bring it in and then set it carefully in my classroom. So it takes, you know, I need like 20 minutes to an extra half hour in the morning to get that ready. But, you know, it's worth it, I guess, when the kids see that, and also my coworkers can kind of learn something about me that they don't really know that well. So anyway, that is all I've got for you today. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time right here on My Green Pets. I'm William Green. Take care. Bye bye.